Christmas morning had wrapped the small Midwestern town in a quiet kind of magic. Snow drifted gently from the sky, settling on rooftops and sidewalks like the world itself had decided to slow down. The streets were nearly empty, but one place glowed with warmth and life, Oak and Honey Cafe. Inside, the cafe buzzed softly with holiday cheer. String lights twinkled above wooden tables. The smell of fresh coffee, butter, and syrup filled the air. Families laughed. Couples shared mugs and whispered promises. It felt like the kind of place where problems pause at the door. For Lena Brooks, standing at the counter with her 5-year-old daughter Mia, it felt like a world she no longer belonged to. Lena reached into her coat pocket and poured everything she had onto the counter. A few crumpled bills, some loose change. She counted it once. Then again, her hands trembled. $1.73. That was it. Mia held onto Lena's coat, her small fingers cold and stiff. Her sneakers were worn thin, the soles starting to peel. She stared up at the menu board, eyes wide with hope. "Mom," she whispered, "can we get pancakes?" "Just one." Lena swallowed hard. Christmas morning. And this was all she could give. She leaned closer to the counter, lowering her voice. "Just one small pancake, please," she said. "That's all I can afford." The cashier, a young man named Evan, looked down at the coins, then at Mia. His expression softened. Without comment, he rang up the smallest order and nodded. "No problem," he said quietly. Lena exhaled, relief and shame crashing together in her chest. She pushed the coins forward, her face burning. She didn't notice the man standing behind her in line until he spoke. "I'll take care of it." The words were calm. "Steady." Lena turned around, startled. The man was in his mid-30s, wearing a worn winter jacket. A little boy stood beside him, holding his hand. The man met Lena's eyes, not with pity, but with certainty. "I'll pay for their breakfast," he said. "Add whatever they want." The cafe seemed to hush. Lena shook her head instantly. "No, I can't. Please, I didn't ask for that." "I know," the man said gently. "It's Christmas." Mia looked up at her mother. "Mom, is it okay?" Lena hesitated. Pride battled exhaustion. Hunger won. "Okay," she whispered. The man smiled slightly and nodded to the cashier. "I'm Daniel Reed," he said, "and this is my son, Noah." Mia waved shyly. "I'm Mia." Minutes later, Mrs. Caldwell, the cafe owner, approached with a knowing smile. "I've got one table left. You folks mind sharing?" And just like that, strangers became table mates. Plates of golden pancakes arrived. Steam rose. Whipped cream melted into syrup. Mia's face lit up like Christmas morning had finally arrived. "This is the best day ever," she said, mouth full. Lena watched her daughter laugh, really laugh, for the first time in weeks. Her eyes filled, but she smiled anyway. Daniel didn't ask questions. He didn't rush. He talked about the snow, about how Noah helped him fix things in their garage. Lena found herself relaxing without realizing it. After breakfast, the cafe began to quiet. Outside, the cold had sharpened. "Let me drive you home," Daniel offered. "It's freezing." Lena hesitated, but Mia's teeth were chattering. The ride was quiet, warm. When they stopped in front of a tired apartment building with cracked steps and dim lights, Lena's stomach sank. Daniel noticed the eviction notice taped crookedly to the door. Inside, the apartment was cold. Sparse. Honest. Lena broke. She told him everything. About losing her job. About choosing between rent and food. About being tired of being strong. Daniel listened. "My wife left 3 years ago," he said quietly when she finished. "Said I wasn't enough. Been proving her wrong ever since. At least, trying to." That night, Daniel fixed a broken cabinet. The kids colored on the floor. For a moment, the apartment felt like a home again. Over the next few days, they met again. Coffee, cookies, laughter. Until one afternoon, Lena overheard whispers at the cafe. "She's just using him." People like her always drag others down. Shame wrapped around her like ice. She pulled away, canceled plans, built walls again. Daniel didn't understand until he showed up at her door. "I don't help because I feel sorry for you," he said firmly. "I help because I care." But fear was louder than hope. 2 days later, the final eviction notice arrived. Christmas Eve. Lena packed silently after Mia fell asleep. Garbage bags. No plan. No home. The next morning, Mia found the bags. "Are we leaving, Mom?" Lena couldn't answer. That same morning, Daniel sat across from Noah, who said softly, "Sometimes people just need someone to stay." Daniel didn't hesitate. That afternoon, he found Lena back at the cafe, staring at nothing. "I'm being evicted," she finally said. "I didn't want you to see how bad it really is." Daniel knelt beside her booth. "Come stay with us, just until you're back on your feet." "I can't. I choose this," he said. "I choose you." Mia smiled up at him. "Please." That night, Lena and Mia moved into Daniel's warm, imperfect home. A small wooden sign hung in the guest room. Mia and Lena. Weeks passed. Lena found work at the cafe. Slowly, she rebuilt. On Christmas night, surrounded by lights and laughter, Daniel handed her a small box. Inside was a hand-carved ornament shaped like pancakes. "Our beginning," he said, and Lena finally understood. Sometimes your last dollar doesn't mean the end. Sometimes it leads you home. Thank you for watching Classic Stories. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that remind us how powerful compassion truly is.